It's time for fun with watches with your friend, the Watchdog. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. It's time for fun with watches.
Hello, this is the Watchdog. Welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the Pladen 3641. Let's start with the wrist check. I'm wearing this homage VK63 powered chronograph. And Greg was wearing my Tandorio with the fixed lugs. I just reviewed that watch. If you haven't seen the review yet, be sure to check it out. Greg said that his latest shipment of frog eggs looked kind of funny. He said they were all thick and leathery and there looked like something was moving inside. I told him he better leave those eggs alone. Apparently he didn't listen to me. Alright, let's take a look at the watch. It comes in a fairly simple box, nothing special about it. And there was nothing in the box. Those are just the extra links. And here it is though. Let me get the hands out of the way. Pretty good OP homage. I've had quite a few Pladens on my channel. Pladen makes very affordable homage quartz watches of good quality, and I have been very pleased with the brand. This 3641 is an homage to a Rolex Oyster Perpetual, which is marketed as the entry-level affordable Rolex, but several years ago they released it with all different fun colors, and it became a super hot item. This 3641 does a good job of looking like the modern OP with the double batons at the 3, 6, and 9. And rather than trying to mimic the Rolex coronet at the 12 or putting an upside down triangle, they stuck with the double batons, giving this 3641 a pleasant symmetry and an uncluttered dial, with just the name Pladen on the dial. At the time of this review, this watch is $22.99. Unlike the OP, it is homaging. This Pladen only comes in 2 different colorways. I chose the light blue, which was the hottest color of the various OP colorways when they introduced the new colors. If you don't like that, there's also a dark blue. Not sure why they don't offer more color choices. The watch is 40.3 millimeters if you measure at the bezel, but 40.7 at the case. 47 millimeters lug to lug with protruding end links. It's 12.1 millimeters thick. Has a 20 millimeter lug width and tapers down to 16 at the butterfly clasp, and weighs 113 grams on the supplied solid steel bracelet with 2 links removed. The bezel is smooth, and I have a feeling that the bezel is chrome plated. It sure looks chrome plated to me. And then we have the dial. It says Pladen up top, and that's all the writing on the dial. Nothing about a Japan movement or water resistance or anything like that. Then we have the minute markers with little black dots at the 5s. And then we have the indices. We have the 3, 6, 9, and 12 with the double, single everywhere else. Then we have a stick minute and hour hand and a needle second hand. There's no date on this watch, and there is no ghost date. Then we have a unsigned push-pull crown. Crown action seems okay, and then when you go to set it, you do get a minute hand jump. You have to be careful. See, that time I didn't get one, hardly. So move it backwards, then press in, and then it usually works. But if you move it forward and press in, you get a jump. So you just have to get the hang of this movement. Then we have the crystal flat mineral glass, and normally I would say this crystal is just fine, but if you look, here, let me zoom in. If you look there, right by the 10 o'clock index, there's a flaw in the crystal. See that? And it's not a smudge. I've tried to clean it off and it just won't come off, so I'm pretty sure it's on the inside of this crystal. So that's unfortunate. Just a little quality control issue there. It's not horrible, but it just would have been nice if it wasn't there. And then we have the case. They claim solid steel, but no, I don't think so. Because yeah, it's brushed, but it has this certain shine to it that normal brushed steel does not have. And you usually get this shine when they chrome plate brushed alloy. Now, it's pretty nice for brushed alloy, but yeah, it has that shine. And plus, if you look at the case next to the steel bracelet, there is a little bit of color difference. So I'm not a metalologist, so these are just my suspicions. And then we have the case back. Case back's just a steel press-on, and there's no writing it at all, and it has a mirror polish finish. Underneath the case back is the 7T35-J Miyota movement. This is about as cheap of a movement as Miyota makes. They're only a couple dollars, and you saw that the crown action ain't the best. And then we have the bracelet. Now the bracelet is solid steel, and it even has solid end links. We do have push pins, not screw pins. I'm perfectly fine with push pins. They're just easier. Unfortunately though, we have a butterfly clasp but no half links. So you might not get the perfect fit on this watch. Now it's not super heavy, which is another reason why I think it's a plated alloy. But still, it'd be nice to have a perfect fit on a watch that's on a steel bracelet. Here's the watch on my 7.5-inch wrist. That looks nice, that wears nice. I removed 2 links to fit on my wrist, and it's too tight on me. But if I put another link back in, it's going to be too loose. I'd rather have it a little tight than too loose and flopping around. But yes, it would have been nice to have some half links. If I would have been able to put a half link in, then it would fit just perfect. Then if your wrist is bigger and you need more links, they did say in their ad to contact customer service and they will provide more links. So I'm not going to ding it for being too short, but I'm not going to give it the Joe Haynes seal of approval either, since you have to contact customer service. We are in the loom room. As long as these very affordable AliExpress watches have loom, we will test them on Fun with Watches. As we sweep through time, our first thought might be that this isn't that bad of loom, but then we look at the hands, which are already about gone. It does no good to see the indices without the hands, as you can't tell the time. It's just too bad the hands aren't like the markers, then this would be good loom. What I like about this watch, it looks and wears nice. I like the dial and the applied baton markers. And it does have a solid steel bracelet with solid end links. What are my gripes and groans? The hand loom is way weaker than the markers. Has a butterfly clasp with no half links. It means you might not get the perfect fit. Had a little QC issue with a flaw in the crystal. And I have my doubts that this case is actually solid steel. I think it's a plated alloy. Do I recommend this watch? Sure. If you want an OP homage that still feels substantial, this solid steel braceleted Pladen should do just nicely. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Pladen 3641, and I'll be back with either a review or an unboxing. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel. And if you like this watch, I'll leave you a link to AliExpress, but it's not an affiliate link. I couldn't find one, so this channel will not get a commission if you purchase it. And I'd like to thank my Members Choice members. Last time I looked, there was 11 of you, and I'll be reviewing the Members Choice watch this weekend. And members get a week-long head start, but then everybody gets to see it. Bye.